Okay, hello everyone. I'm just going to give you a little quick lesson on factoring expressions using the difference of two squares method. Go back to factoring if you don't remember how to factor, because you need that skill for this. So what we're looking for in using the difference of two squares method are squares, and in order to factor these out. So this is like when we were working with the multiplication of a binomial times a binomial, and and we used the FOIL method. This is like backwards from that. Yeah, so this would be the answer for that, and now we're going backwards into factoring. So if you think of it that way. So here I have x squared, which I know is x times x. You'll get really good at this and you won't need to do this anymore, but in the beginning, this might be good, so that you know that the square root of x squared is x. So we know, but x times x is x squared. So I'm going to just do that. What's the square root of 9? Well, that's 3. So 2 3s, 3 times 3 makes up 9. But this isn't 9, positive 9, it's negative 9. So one of these 3's has to be negative. I usually make the second one negative. So I'll do that, put a little negative 3 there. Now, in order to factor, I know that this is going to turn into a binomial times a binomial. So I'm going to go over here, and the first binomial is going to have an x right there, the second one there. Because remember, FOIL, first, outer, inner, last, these two, x times x is x squared. And I know that the second part, the integer here is in the binomial, is going to be 3. This one's going to be positive 3. And this one is going to be negative 3, or minus 3. And this, my friends, is our answer. Boom. Not too hard. And if you want to double check it to make sure, and later when we work with bigger factors, of bigger factoring of our polynomials, it's really good to check it so that we go, x. Well, I don't have to draw that out for you, but you can look at this the answer here. But if x times x, remember FOIL, first, outer, inner, last. So the first x times x is x squared. X times negative 3, those are the outer ones, is negative 3x. 3 inner, 3 times x is positive 3x. And 3 times a negative 3 is negative 9. Well, then I bring together like terms, so negative 3x plus 3x is 0. So my answer is x squared minus 9. Oh, and that is the answer up here. So I know I'm correct. Yeah? See that? Good. All right. If not, go ahead and review it again. That's the beauty of having a video. All right, I'm going to erase this now. I'm going to get my bouncing ball to erase 1. Now take a look at 2. Maybe you can already just look at it and go, oh, I got it. I know what it is. I can see what the answer is. I hope you are at that place. But you know that x times x is x squared, and you know that this is going to be negative 16. So what are the squares found in 16? What's the square root of 16? Well, the square root of 16 is 4, so it's going to be a positive 4 times a negative 4. I will show you that right now. So I'm going to know that these particular problems are going to produce two binomials, and x times x. Maybe I should let me just show you the factoring part first. Well, if you can think about this, x times x, and then over here it's positive 4 times negative 4. So when I construct my answer, it's x, and then positive 4 plus 4, so x plus 4, and x minus 4. And there's my answer, really nice and easy. Well, again, you can go ahead and do the multiplication, the FOIL, first, outer, inner, last, to see if you get this answer, to check it. But for right now, I'm going to just skip over that. You can do that if you'd like. And I'm going to get the bouncing ball and erase away. And then to this last problem, which is a little bit more tricky, but we're going to use all the same skills, so don't let it throw you off. Oh no! So first, I would recommend definitely doing the factoring. So 16, what's the square root of 16? Well, it's 4 times 4. Positive 4 times positive 4. And then a squared. What's the square root of a squared? Well, it's a times a. Remember? Because a times a is the exponent of 1 plus 1. Yeah. And then over here, I'm going to factor this one out. I got 25. I'm going to take my, it's negative 25. So my integers, what's the square root of 25? Well, it's 5. But in this case, I'm going to do a 5 times negative 5 to get negative 25. And then b squared is just b times b. Okay, so that's done. Now, so you can see what's happening here, and you can see what's happening here. It's kind of the same process. We know it's a binomial times a binomial. But now I'm going to go 4a and over here 4a. 4a times 4a is 16a squared. And then I'm going to come over here and go positive 5b times negative, so minus 5b. And that should be my answer if I've done it correctly. Now I can check it. Let's check it. So 4a, using FOIL, first, outer, inner, last. 4a times 4a is 16a squared. 4a times negative 5b is negative 20ab. Then 5b, positive 5b times 4a is positive, what we would say it's positive 20, right? 5 times 4. ba, which is the same as ab because of the multiplication, the commutative property of multiplication. So 20, I can still say AB. I can rearrange AB. BA and AB are the same. Okay, remember that? So that's the same. And then positive 5 times negative 5b, positive 5b times a negative 5b is negative 25b squared. So now I'm going to bring together like terms. These two cancel each other out because a negative 20ab plus a positive 20ab is 0. So my final answer simplified is 16a squared. I'm going to, those two cancel each other out. 16a squared minus 25b squared. And there's my lovely answer. And that is the same. Look, so I've just, yes, double checked that I did this factoring correctly. I hope that helps. Thanks.